I missed you. I haven't seen you for well, we have seen each other, but they've been sewing vlogs, but we haven't talked for a while, so let's catch up. I'm Julia, this is Julia's Knitting, welcome. Here we talk about knitting, crocheting, sewing, and any other crafts I make, and any other crafts you do. And I'm always very pro-sharing. So leave a comment and tell me what you're crafting right now, what you're working on. Even if you don't knit or do any crafts I do, please share. It's always interesting to see what other people do. And you guys, so that more people can find my video, please like this video, please leave a comment, please share with someone who might like it. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet, if you are interested, of course. And also, you know what, let's share. I'm not only asking for me, it helps my channel, but I'm very happy to see others people's channels. And whenever I see a new one for me, and I see that they have released many videos already, I always think that I wish I have found them sooner. So maybe someone is wondering the same about this video and my channel. So let's exchange, let's help each other, okay? Before I tell you what I've done, and that's not much, well, that's a lot, but that's very little knitting and quite a few sewing projects. Before I tell you all about that, I wanted to share a thing. I saw it on BookTube. I'm a fan of BookTube. I make lists of what to read, and I very, very, very slowly read it. I'm a very slow reader. So the list is like thousands of books, and I read like one book in a month, sometimes two in a good month. But I got the idea from Emmy Reads. She made a jar with all the books she wanted to read. And as soon as I saw it, I understood that I needed that jar for my crafting projects. Because I can't say I'm chaotic, I am quite an organized I'm quite an organized person, but right now I am a little bit in a little bit of a chaos. I don't know what to knit. That's why I start knitting things that are not necessary. And it's kind of, I'm always disappointed. I constantly think, oh, I should have made this one. Why did I start knitting that one? Okay, next time. And next time I do it all again. So my Pinterest boards have been sitting there forever. Like there are things that I have added years ago and I would love to have, but I don't because I just forget about them or I don't have them in my plan. So I decided to do the same thing. I didn't have like colored paper and I didn't want to go to the shops. So I made colored paper. I took just paper we put in the printer and I used watercolors. So the yellow is cross stitch, the shortest list. The green is crochet. I thought it was beige when I was coloring, but now I don't know, what is it? It's more like an orange. Well, this color is, what is that? Sewing, and the blue represents knitting. So I wrote everything I need to make already. And now what I need to do is just cut everything I wrote here. And then I will have a project on each piece of paper and I will put them in a jar. Okay, I need a jar. I forgot about the jar. Okay, we'll find the jar. But this way, well, let's think about it. Do I make a plan? Do I like take one paper, make it, and then take another paper? Or do I take like maybe 4 papers for a month? That's kind of realistic, I think. And if I finish faster, I take another paper. If if I don't have enough time to finish, if it's a big project, I leave it like for the next month. The books are a different thing. If they were the books, I would definitely choose several for a month because you understand why, right? But here I have this kind of a routine. I need to have one easy project. I call it a stockinette project. It doesn't have to be a stockinette, but it's something that something small and something easy. Either stockinette or, I don't know, 1x1 rib, 2x2 rib, like I have here. I'm knitting a sock right now. So that whenever I need a project right now, like fast, I'm doing something, I'm having a Zoom meeting and my hands are free and I just can't live with that, right? I take this project and this way I can be present, but at the same time I'm doing something. And another project is it can be, for example, a cardigan with Aaron's that I started. I told you about it. It's winter rain cardigan, but spoiler alert, I might DNF it. I'm not feeling it. Okay, we'll talk about it later. While I'm cutting all these names of the projects, I need to decide, do I take out one thing and make it, or do I take out several things for the month? And also the month idea is also, I kind of don't like it because it's the end of the month already, right? So February is almost over. Do I take pieces for March today, or what do I do? Okay, I will cut and I will think. I think I'm gonna take each color, like one color, fold it, and then a different color, so that I already mix them all while I'm doing this. 3 done, many more to go. All done. Okay, let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blue ones. That's knitting. 1, 2, 3, 4 yellow. That's cross stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 orange. That's sewing. I have more sewing than knitting. Huh. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 green ones. That's crocheting. I'm gonna mix them again and put them in a jar. Okay, the jar is ready. I even have a lid. This is my jar, and I decided that I will choose just one paper for now, and this will be a separate, you know, it's not on schedule. Just to start this thing going already, I want to choose one piece of paper, and I want to make it, well, whenever I have a chance. Okay, let's do this one. Blue! Okay, that's knitting. I love it. Can you see it? Leg warmers, right? Yes, leg warmers. Okay. It's not the worst option. That's okay. I'm not actually... I sound sad, right? Very disappointed. But no. You know, that is the same project for me as the fingerless gloves. I don't need leg warmers, but very often in the winter, in the early spring, in the autumn, I feel like, okay, today, like 3 times in a season, I want to say, today I wish I had leg warmers. And that's just sucking my energy a little bit. So I think I should already make myself a pair of leg warmers and have them already. Okay, this is my first thing. I will try to start it in February. I will try to start it in February, so that this is my first, like the end of February, I have a little bit of time. I have projects in progress, of course, already, but it's a start. And now finally I'm gonna share what I made. I wanted to show you my apron first, but let's go chronologically. That will be nice, because the first thing I finished is this pair of socks for my husband. I showed them to you many times. Well, I showed one. Now there's 2. As you can see, they are on my handmade blockers. I made them from the cardboard box I had. And as you can see, it's totally possible. And if you are on a budget, you can make these. The most interesting thing happened. I started, like after the heel was done, I started the second sock. This is the second sock, and I remember it because of this strange thing. You see here, the first stripe is green. Here, the first stripe is purple, or what is it? So it's this one here. And this sock finishes with, well, let's say with this purple stripe, right? Starts with the green, finishes with the purple. You would think that this one starts with the purple, should finish like with the one right after it. Maybe blue, maybe the second blue, right? Dark blue. But they finish, as you can see, at the same point. And they kind of are the same from some point. So they start differently, but then they go and go and go and go, and they are the same. Like the stripes are at the same place. And I cannot explain that, can you? The gauge is more or less the same. It might be different, but it's very slightly different. The needles, I didn't change the needles. Everything is the same. I do not understand what's happening. How is it possible? The same direction, right? Green, then yes, it's the same direction. I didn't change it accidentally. I don't know what's happening. There's not much to talk about. The cuff is 1x1 ribbing. The heel is my standard heel. It's one slipped knit, one stockinette, and I always make it this way. And the heel that you step on is the same. And then there's plain stockinette until the end. The crown cast off, I don't know, the crown finish on the toes, and that's it. I love fancy socks when they are when there is lace or some kind of something on them, but I love to look at them, but I don't like to wear them. I love when nothing is kind of inside, especially when the socks are quite fine, quite thin, and then you can wear it inside the shoes, right? So you don't want to, well, I don't want to, maybe someone doesn't mind it, but I mind it. I mind if there's a lace, a cable, anything. So I make them usually plain. You know, the second sock was so slow. The cuff was, I was making the cuff for, I don't know, it took me so long, but then I caught some kind of a speed and it was fast. The rest was fast. So I have no idea what yarn it was. I will try to find and insert it here, but it's not fancy. It's quite a cheap yarn, but I liked it. I'm not, you know, I'm not that person who only considers like very well done yarn for everything. Of course, good yarn is better than bad yarn. And that's not only about yarn. But, you know, sometimes we have, for example, if I need a sock to wear like every day that I don't care what it looks like, or maybe it's so bright and so unusual that I get tired of it and I know I'm going to wear it once a month. Or I'm okay if it's, I wear it and then it breaks, then I repair it for, it works for some time more, but then it breaks. It's not for the rest of my life. And I'm okay with that. Sometimes I am okay with that. Even especially when it's not a big project like a sweater, a jumper, a cardigan, but a pair of socks, I'm okay with that. I want to change them, you know, with time. When I make presents, for example, I know that I need a good yarn because it's a present. Or sometimes I make a present for someone who doesn't, who can't wear a usual wool, you know, who needs a very soft yarn. Then I buy some kind of a merino, something very soft. I consider that. But sometimes I don't need that. For example, for my leg warmers that I don't actually need, I doubt that I would buy something fancy for that. I think I'll buy something, you know, some kind of a less expensive, okay, let's say a cheaper yarn, and be okay with it. My second project is the one that I've been waiting for a long time, and I've been meaning to make it, and I've delayed it many times, but it's an apron. It's an apron, and that's because I need an apron. Okay, my hair broke. By the way, did you notice that I dyed my hair a little bit? An apron. Whenever I am cooking, especially when I cook wearing something white, I think, oh Jesus, I wish I had an apron. I should make one. And then I don't, because I have other stuff to do, because I forget, because of everything else, because of life. And now I finally made an apron. I made it double-sided. I had my reasons for it, because the fabrics I used were too thin. You know, an apron would be nice out of a nice thick canvas. I didn't have anything like that. Jesus, look at the sun. It's -11, I think, in Lahti, Finland today. Winter finally came to us. -11 Celsius. And that's why the sun is shining, and that's why I am not happy. I hate this weather. I know that everyone is like, oh, what a beautiful day. I I think that my eyesight is it's not very good. I can't say it's very bad, but it's not very good, and it's very, I think it's very sensitive. My eyes are probably too sensitive. So I hate any weather when the sun is shining into my eyes. And when it's freezing outside, it means that there's snow and the sun also reflects into my eyes. So I hate this weather. I love this weather, but I hate this weather because of that. But, you know, some vitamin D would be nice. Anyway, I chose these two fabrics. One was a tablecloth at some point. One was probably also a tablecloth because it was kind of made this way. This fringe was from the both sides. Probably it was a table runner or a tablecloth. So I thrifted all of this. My goal for this year is to recycle my fabrics. All my fabrics are from some clothes or from something I bought probably in a thrift shop to make something out of this. It's, again, not fabric, it's usually a piece of, it's a curtain or it's a tablecloth or something else. So it's double-sided because this way it is thicker, and it is very, you know, like a very true beginner made it, because you can see some things like right now I'm looking at this this white fabric is even thinner than this one, and you can see that this dark strap is inside there, but there were, I swear, there were reasons why it's made this way. So I know all the mistakes, not mistakes, but all of the imperfect details that are here. And I made them, well, not on purpose, but because there were no other ways to do that. And I prefer, I feel like I'm saying it every time lately, I prefer to finish the project, to have a finished apron, not to, you know, make it forever and to make it perfect. Because I know that if I try to make it perfect, it will take forever. So this is finished, this is imperfect, but no one knows about that except me, and now you, because I told you. But it works, and it will protect my white t-shirts when I cook, and that's the goal. The next is sewing again. After I made the apron, I felt so powerful that I started sewing like crazy. The first thing I made was actually from my list, from the list that I couldn't start. That's been on my Pinterest for a long time. And this thing was on that list forever. So I made this box pouch bag, box makeup bag, out of, first I made this fabric, right? This fabric is made out of, it's patched, right? So I made the fabric, then I quilted it, and then I made the box pouch. And it is, this zipper is supposed to be hidden, but I thought, okay, it's a makeup bag, so I shouldn't do that. No, it should be visible. And I made it visible, and now I'm thinking I could have done it differently. I could have hidden it like it's supposed to be hidden. So I don't know. And everything, it was the first, and I kind of made one step of the sewing process. I used several tutorials on YouTube, and I made some wrong steps during the process. And then when I needed to somehow correct them, somehow make it work, I needed to make some sacrifices. So it is not my favorite. I think I am definitely going to use it, but I think I will put it, you know, to the, I'll use it, for example, like a makeup bag when I go camping, or maybe not a makeup bag, so I'm not going to put a toothbrush here, maybe something for camping, because I want to use it. I want to remember that I made it. I kind of like it, and it reminds me, I like it most of all because all these are my former clothes. I remember where I went wearing this shirt. I remember where I went and what I did wearing this blouse. This was a shirt, another shirt with sleeves. This was a sleeveless shirt. This one I bought for, this was a shirt I bought for sewing. This was a dress, and this was a dress. And you know, things like I bought this dress in Spain, for example, and I went for walks in it in different countries, in Paris. Things like that, you know. I met my husband wearing this sleeveless shirt. It's not only about what it looks like for me. So I'm definitely going to use it. I want to look at it from time to time. So I think I will put some camping goodies in it. I decided to make a box pouch because I love this concept. You know, it's a box, but it's a bag. I love it. It's so hot under this sun, under this winter sun. And after I made this one, which was not a success, I tried to remember all the mistakes I made. First of all being the size, because I was imagining it would be bigger. And I made 2 more, not 1, but 2 more box pouch bags. Look at this. Are they perfect? No, they aren't. Was I going for perfect? No, I wasn't. Am I okay with that? For now, I am. Do I want to learn to make them like better at first and then perfect? Yes, I would. Yes, I would love that. But for now, it is like a celebration for me. Of course, I used thrifted fabrics. This was just a fabric, I think. This was a tablecloth. And even though they don't exactly match, the tone, the hue of red is different. They are different on different fabrics. But I used a lot of my fabrics from my stash, and I have less now. I have this gorgeous, big enough makeup bag, and I think I actually am going to use it for traveling. And whenever I travel, I have, you know, small makeup bags, so I need to take 2, or I need to fit something in it, and it's for, you know, a basic set of makeup. But I wanted a makeup bag for a pouch for all the, you know, shampoos, toothbrush, toothpaste and everything like that, all the creams, all the serums to take with me. And this, look at that, you set it on the table. This one is softer because I forgot to place this fleece thing under the fabric, and this one it keeps its shape. So you set this on the table, you open it, and you see everything that's inside, and it's long enough. You see how long it is? And for a toothbrush, for example. And it's, you know, you comfortably fit everything you need, all the essentials you need. Well, I would. Probably it's very small for someone, obviously. But I don't use a lot of stuff. So I think I will fit everything, and I will be able to buy something else, you know, while I'm traveling, and fit it here too. So here I made 2 holders from both sides here, but I don't think I need them. I'm not sure even I need even one, but I have one to, you know, just take it out of the larger bag, for example, to hold it if I need to, or to hang it. But I decided not to make the second one from the second end. I'm so happy with them. I'm very happy. And I'm very happy, you know, I enjoy looking at them. They have been sitting on my desk since I made them, because they are nice to look at. this quilting, you know, this just squares of quilting equals cozy for me, equals stylish, equals good, you know. That means good. If something is quilted like that, it means good. The sun is killing me. I mean, this line is, I'm sorry for this line, but I'll go blind otherwise, I'm sorry. Okay, the next is a sock, another sock. Here's a life hack for you, a knitting hack, it's not a life hack. I have a basket, a special basket for the sock yarn. Everything in here is sock yarn. Whenever I finish socks, for example, I made these socks, I have some yarn left. I put it into this basket. And everything I have here is the same. I made socks, some yarn was left, I put it here. And then whenever I want to make socks, I take the yarn out of here. Sometimes there's enough for another pair, sometimes you have to combine them. Most of the time you have to combine them. Also, whenever I don't know what to do, I'm in between projects, for example, I go here and I make a thing, something like Frankenstein's monster. Out of all the socks I made, I make another pair. So I decided that my stripe would be 10 rows. I take one yarn, I make the first 10 rows. I take another yarn, I make the second 10 rows. Then it was this yarn from this pair, another 10 rows, then this one, then this one again, this first one, then it's the purple one, where is it? Then it's the purple one, and I was absolutely sure that it wouldn't fit any of these, but it works very well. And now it's this one again. And then for the heel and for the toe, I want to use this one, and that's left from my hat. And actually, my favorite pair is made this way when I was improvising. And you see the second sock. For example, this yarn would be the same because it's kind of, it doesn't make stripes. It's just, you know, melange. But this yarn will be a little different. For example, the red will be here in the beginning or in the middle, right? So it will be a little different. This might be not purple, green and violet. What is it? It could be dark blue because it's another section, and so on. This yarn has yellow in it, but there is no yellow here, but here is some yellow. So it will place itself in different ways, and the two socks will be very similar, but you, as I always say, like they are definitely relatives, but not twins. They are maybe brothers who don't look very alike, maybe cousins. This is the pair I was talking about. You see, they are definitely, from the first glance, they are a pair of socks, but you see the yarn lays differently. So we have darker blue here, lighter blue here. These bright red stripes aligned very similarly, but before that we have different things going on, and so on. You see, you keep looking at them and you keep noticing that they're different, and at the same time you see that it is a pair of socks. They are not like some two socks that you found somewhere. This is a pair. So I love it, and I'm making another pair. I think the cuffs are, I think I'll make a little bit of a longer cuff, so I'll finish this stripe and then do 10 more rows, another stripe, maybe even another stripe, because I kind of don't need a long cuff, but sometimes, you know, for winter, because I wear socks mostly at home, but if you wear socks out, and in winter you kind of want them to go upper, higher than your shoes, than your boots. So maybe I'll make them a little bit higher. Okay, so this is a sock going on, and you guys, we need to talk about the winter rain cardigan. I don't know what to do. I understand that I spend all of my time struggling with the pattern, struggling to read it, to understand it, to find the right way. And like reading a book that you don't love, I think I should learn, finish, like change the pattern. I have done quite a lot, but it's better to unravel the work, well, as much as I have done, than to struggle for who knows how many months more, because I understand that right now I don't want even to take it in my hands, because I don't like it. It drops, dear drops, dear drops yarns. Drops, right? Please, if you are watching, think about, hiring the same designer. Maybe they have learned more during this time. Maybe just ask them to reconsider and remake this pattern in a more modern way, because it's a nice thing that it's free. But at the same time, I have several free patterns on my Ravelry store, but I don't think they should be different. They may be, well, there are reasons, right, why they are free. Maybe you decided so. Maybe, and that's the reason. Maybe they are simple patterns. Maybe, well, we don't know. Everyone decides them for themselves. But does it mean that people have to struggle? Like I made it like I made it, and I don't care if it's easy or difficult for you. I made it for free, so be grateful. Is it the way? I don't think it is. And I don't think it was the attitude behind the drops pattern. I just think it's a little bit old-fashioned. It's old-fashioned, and I think it is possible to to upscale it, update it, to bring it up to date. Maybe it's not, then it's not. I wanted to kind of ask you what you think, but while I'm talking, I understand that I have already made the decision to start over. The problem is I don't know what this pattern was kind of perfect. This is exactly what I wanted, because I was on Ravelry already, and I have searched for even the most expensive patterns, and they were not as good, as perfect as this winter rain cardigan is for me. So I'm not sure what to do. I don't know what to do. If you have patterns of cardigans you like, preferably with cables and Aprons, please share, please leave me a link in the comments, because I don't know what to do. The light is changing and the stripe came right in the middle of me. I'll leave it here. Let's see how it goes more to the left. To the left. All right, I hope you recommend some cardigan patterns, because I don't know what to do, and I need a cardigan very much. I need a cardigan. I have just one, this one here I was wearing a little earlier, and it's first of all, it's very scratchy, and I don't know why, because I'm actually, first of all, I have a jumper made of this yarn, and it's not scratchy, and this one is scratchy. I don't know what's going on. I can't understand it. Second of all, it's kind of poorly made. I made it in a hurry, just to make it, and it was very simple. The construction is kind of, there are no short rows on the back. I don't like it that much, so I would love a real nice cardigan, because everything I own has no buttons, and I need something that buttons in front. Okay, I feel sadder than I was before. Is it because of the cardigan? That's not such an important thing, right? It's not, is it? I'm not sure. Maybe I'm also tired. I've been filming it, I've been working on these papers and everything, so maybe I'm just tired. And also a little sad about the cardigan. The last thing I want to ask you. There are many tasks here in these papers that we made together. To cross stitch on a t-shirt. We talked about it. I have already tried it. I have some vision. But before I start it again, before I start like the actual patterns that I have in mind of doing, I want to practice. And I have this flamingo pattern. I showed it to you in some videos. This is the one. It's small, it's cute, and it's a way to, it's a present from my friend, so I will like this pattern on my t-shirt. And I'd love to try it on the t-shirt I already own, so that, well, I don't want to buy another t-shirt, especially for this flamingo. And I have two options. The first one is red. Actually, I'm gonna let some light here. Even though the sun irritates me, first of all, it's right behind the tree right now, and second of all, I need you to see the kind of the natural light, to see the t-shirts in natural light. Okay, this is the first option, the red one. These are the colors. This is the second option, the yellow. And what I'm struggling with is when I took these two t-shirts out, I thought, okay, definitely, I can't even remember what was the first, definitely yellow, for example. Then I went, I don't know, to have some tea. I came back and I said, okay, definitely red. And every time I come back, I feel this way. Definitely a different t-shirt every time I don't see it for a while. So what do you think? I think I should show you some photos. I'll try to make some photos and put it out here. And also probably I will make a poll on Instagram, right? So you can vote, so you can help me, because it's kind of, it's different, right? It's different, but they both, I can't even decide right now. I actually don't have a preference. If I choose, I would have to flip a coin, you know, because sometimes you kind of a little bit lean to one, but even if it's a little bit, but not this time. So maybe, well, if you don't help me, if I'll make a poll and it will tell me 50-50, I will flip a coin because choose with my eyes closed, because I definitely don't have a favorite. So interesting. It's fun. Let it be the hardest thing for me to choose. I will let you know. I'll post some pictures, I'm hoping. Thank you for being with me. I have missed this. Just, you know, I love my vlogs, I love my tutorials, I love making something different, but I love this, you know, just talking to you, just hearing sometimes, oh, I'm just the same, oh, I feel the same way. It's always reassuring for me, and for knowing that this helps someone. That's always great. So thank you again. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. Please give this video a like, it helps me a lot. if it's not too much to ask, share this video with someone who might like it. I hope to see you next time. Bye.